Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. From the 25 on 2nd down, Brissett finds his rookie first-rounder. It's Noah Fant. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Out of the gun, Brissett. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
That's it, baby. We go work. At their own 14-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Being chased out left. And going deep for Hill. He's got a man complete. And they work this one. Well upfield across the 45.
That's good for Kansas City Chiefs.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check 4, check 4.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Zach Brown able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
On 3rd down, Brissett. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And a solid run down inside the 30. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 29.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
At the 21-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Crunch time, defense.
Play action now, Rivers. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
I got him. Check. Hey, orbit. Check. 53's Mike. Let's go, D. Big Sears right here. We got to step it up. 53's the Mike. Load it. Load it. Nice, sweetheart.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's got his man. That's Hardman. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Bell. They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Yeah.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Off the play fake here, Rivers. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal start. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape past the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
At the 31-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. To throw, Rivers. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Rivers now just 3 of 6 throwing, but that last completion gets a first down. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I'm going to go load it. Load it. 0.
Hey, turn it up.
From the gun, Rivers. And Hill with it over the middle. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Bell with a first down carry there as he'll get about 4 out of that. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Go, go, go.
Rivers. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 21st touchdown of the season, and the Chiefs have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, That answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Rip left, rip left. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike, watch Mike. Watch the run, watch the run.
Here's Brissett. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 2nd down, Brissett again. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Brissett. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Brissett on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick in the final seconds of the 1st half. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, 79! 79! Bravo!
Final play of the half, Rivers. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. So a very tight 1st half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the 1st half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Lindsay with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover two, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Brissett to throw on first. Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. It's our time.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. He's got his tight end Fant. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall. 2nd tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the 2nd Iowa tight end taken in the draft is teammate T.J. Hockenson. 8th overall, he was selected by the Lions. But Noah Fant really wowed everyone in Indianapolis at the Combine and now trying to parlay that into an impressive NFL career. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Check 52 to Mike.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Brissett. This will be caught inside the 10. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll run with Lindsey. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 14.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Brissett sets to throw it. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. One more time with Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. They'll try to run with Lindsey. A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up 4th and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The kick by McManus is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Hey, Delta!
Slam, slam, slam. Showing it, showing it.
Hey, 79! 79!
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Hey, front 80!
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On play action, Rivers is going to let this one go deep. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Brissett. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On 1st down, Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett is going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Brissett. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Philip Lindsey with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they'll die on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Mike's 59.
Wait, 89.
Rivers now to throw on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it second down. To throw again on second down, Rivers dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Rivers looking a little nimble there as he picks up a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jordan Howard hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down.
Now it's Lindsey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, that play was the very definition fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
That's the way. 51 to Mike, boy, 51. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Brissett. Flushed out right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
From the 29, Rivers gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, zoom.
3rd and short yardage, Rivers. Got a man, it's Tanyan complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st down in field goal range already. They run with Howard. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Hey, 79! 79! Left! Hey! Mike 7!
Mike's 59! Mike's 59!
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Credit the sack to Von Miller. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. Yeah. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And an alley to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
25, check 25, check 25. Check safety, check safety.
Buffalo wall, Buffalo wall.
Now Howard. In on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris.
Howard, the ball carrier.
That's it, baby.
He was brought down by Chris Harris. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 24-yard line.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And off the upright, and it caroms in. It's good. The kick is good, and that writes a crazy finish to this one. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Kansas City, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah, it's obviously a huge advantage when you're playing at home. Unless, of course, you don't have Xfinity. Right, Kevin?
Hey, man, I'm lagging. Are you streaming again?
You know I watch my shows on Thursdays.
Take your game to the next level with Xfinity XFi.